And on a chilly February night, the city of Chicago hot with anticipation for tonight's marquee game.
To the All-Star Exhibition game. Get up and get loud for your West All-Star. Back forward, making his 7th All-Star appearance, the standout veteran of the Denver Nuggets, 6'7", Alex English. Making his All-Star debut, the full-court star of the Utah Jazz, the mailman, 6'9", Karl Malone. The man in the middle, an all-star, each of his 4 pro seasons from the Houston Rockets, 7 feet, Hakeem Olajuwon. At guard, making his first all-star appearance, the virtual star of the Denver Nuggets, 6'3", Lafayette Fat Lever. And the NBA leader in assists in his 8th All-Star game from the Los Angeles Lakers, 6'9", Earvin Magic Johnson. The head coach of the West All-Stars is Brad Nelson. Let's hear it for your West All-Star. And now, the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference. At forward, a 3-time most valuable player, an All-Star each of his 9 seasons from the Boston Celtics, 6'9", Larry Bird. He's one of the NBA's most exciting players. In his 3rd All-Star game from the Atlanta Hawks, 6'8", Dominique Wilkins. The man in the middle, an All-Star for the 10th time. One of the game's most rugged rebounders from the Washington Bullets, 6'10", Moses Malone. At guard, the most valuable player of the 1984 and 1986 All-Star games. This Chicagoan is making his 7th All-Star appearance from the Detroit Pistons, 6'1", Isaiah Thomas. And finally, the NBA leader in scoring and steals, an All-Star each of his 4 seasons, the charismatic star of the Chicago Bulls, 6'6", Michael Jordan. The head coach of the East All-Stars is Mike Fratello.
Welcome everyone to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. By my side, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this is the 2nd time Chicago has hosted this mid-season classic.
Yeah, you go back to 1973, that's when they hosted their first one. The East won it 104-84 back then. That was the lowest combined score in an All-Star game, Kevin, since the 1950s.
We'll see if then tonight, Clark, they can surpass that total.
I would think they could. No shortage of scores on either side. I expect an up-tempo, fast-paced game, an exciting game with plenty of highlights and buckets.
Cannot wait. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside and Dominique Wilkins with Larry Bird the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
Clark, you see Larry and Magic together in those Converse ads. They've become really the faces of the NBA.
And Kevin, I think they've inherited the mantle from the great Dr. J. He's done such a great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Johnson and Magic Johnson with the slam.
Magic Johnson in his 8th All-Star game now, 2nd in All-Star votes this year, and he hosts his own All-Star game in the summer in L.A. as a fundraiser, and I understand it's quite an event.
And when the jump shot is fallen for Michael Jordan, what can you do? He is unstoppable. And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts. But you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed they do. Going inside, Michael Jordan showing the explosiveness that won in the dunk contest last night.
Pretty artful dribbling display by Jordan there, and it completely baffled the defender.
Johnson inside. He's defended by Jordan. Quick start here for the East All-Stars in this one. 4-point game. And there's Isaiah Thomas, the assist by Wilkins. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
Malone, the pass to Jordan. Back to Malone. And the layup's good off the glass.
Moses Malone is not only a 6-time rebounding champ, but he's also a 10-time All-Star. He gives the Washington Bullets some real muscle inside.
And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday, Clark. Can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Jordan finds Thomas. Jordan against Lever. And taken away by Johnson. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
You know, on the floor, Keem just doesn't have a physical advantage. He's also very mentally tough. He brings a lot of focus to his game.
Shooting for West All-Star.
And he sinks the second. The East leading by 7. Thomas kicks to Bird. Over Lever. No good from Bird.
Boy, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Magic Johnson delivers passes with such pinpoint accuracy. Wow.
When it comes to distributing the ball, nobody does it better than Magic. When one of his guys has a clean look, the ball is there quickly and on target.
A nice shot by Jordan. And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. There's got to be some excitement, maybe even, Clark, some butterflies playing in the All-Star game. You want to prove you belong out there.
I agree with that, and there can also be the temptation to try to do a little too much, maybe get flashy, but with these players still getting a feel for each other in the flow, a lot to be said for making the simple play.
Nevertheless, a great honor. Here's Thomas. After Magic Johnson's bucket, Thomas passes to Malone. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Malone's got his second bucket of the night. Harkin, amidst this all-star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you, and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon. Johnson's length makes him hard to deal with inside, which is why he's able to draw fouls.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Shooting from the West.
He hits both from the stripe.
Already a very confident player, knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Thomas with the ball, picked up by Malone. 2 points, that one goes.
How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Those last 3 playing here tonight.
Hey, Clark, the record for points in the All-Star game is 42, set by Wilt Chamberlain back in the 1962 All-Star game.
And you know, a lot of Wilt's records seem virtually untouchable, but I don't think that one is. With all these great scores, who knows? It might be broken tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? And Larry Bird winning 3 straight MVP awards from 1983 to 1986.
You know who the last player was to do that?
I'm going back to the 60s. You tell me.
Yeah,
I know
it's
you
Bill
know.
Russell.
Yeah, right.
It's
of
Bill
course.
Russell, 1960 to 63.
Of course. I'm glad we bring him up. A legend.
Yep.
Tremendous pass from Bird. He can do it all. And Moses Malone Clark, the wily veteran for the Washington Bullets.
And you know, Kevin, his coach Wes Unseld says Malone has really added a level of aggressiveness to the Washington Bullets.
And he brings Clark a championship pedigree to the team.
No doubt.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Olajuwon. Worthy comes in for Malone. McDaniels checked in for English. Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Lever. And Kareem looking to set the career record for all-star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you got to love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
Yeah, a good one. And an exhibition game with plenty of motivation for these stars nonetheless. For more, let's say hello to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, I was talking to Larry Bird about his goals for the matchup, and he said, I think our job is to get the ball to Michael Jordan, get him into the game, and get the crowd into the game. So if Bird has anything to do with it, Michael Jordan will be the MVP. And that would be poetic justice this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Especially where we are. Well said, David. Thank you. Jordan Clark, obviously, in front of his hometown crowd. He loves it, and they really love it.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You think about the fans in Chicago. They love basketball. And I can expect, and you can too, a ton of energy, some extra adrenaline anytime Michael touches the ball.
Clark, this city is on fire with Jordan, aren't they? I mean, they love him, and they think about what's to come. My goodness.
Smoking.
Yeah. And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here. Ewing's checked in for the East. The East leading by 6. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the most All-Star appearances by far in NBA history. Clark, an All-Star in every season of his career except one. And in that year, he was injured.
Yeah, and at 40 years of age, matter of fact, the youngest player tonight was only 4 years old when Kareem made his first All-Star appearance. That player, Brad Daugherty.
No kidding.
That's right.
And Michael Jordan won the dunk contest last night, and man, was it great. What a thriller. He and Dominique Clark put on a great show, and you could tell they both wanted it so badly. Perhaps the home court advantage gave Michael Jordan Clark the edge.
And there was another winner from last night, and that was Larry Bird, taking home the trophy in the three-point shootout. And he didn't even need to take off his warm-ups to handle his business.
Clark, somebody told me he looked at the rest of the competitors and said, okay, who's going to be in second place here? Who's going to finish behind me?
Sounds just like him.
Worthy down low.
Jordan is an aggressive defender and excels at getting into his man and making things hard.
Michael Jordan getting it done for the East. He comes away with 11 points. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1988. All-Star game here in Chicago, as these great fans hope Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star game.
On the floor for the West All-Stars, we've got Aguirre. Malone is out there with Olajuwon. Then it's Johnson, and it's Drexler in at the 2 spot. To the inside, Malone. And the jam by Karl Malone.
And you know, before every game, Karl Malone calls his mother back in Summerfield, Louisiana, to ask what numbers he should shoot for. Tonight, She said go for 25 and 11.
Now, here is Jordan. He's got 11. Just 5 to shoot, and it's slammed in by McHale.
This is the 4th All-Star game for the Celtics' Kevin McHale. Kids at home who want to learn how to score in the post, just put the isolated camera on Kevin McHale, please. Moves on top of moves in the paint.
How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Star.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Daugherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Johnson's shot is off. And Ewing has got the ball here for the East All-Stars. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon. That's foul number 2 for him. Lever's checked in for the West. Now here's Jordan.
In for the West, Fat Lever.
Pass to McHale. The 3. And there's Michael Jordan, the assist by McHale. And it's an 11-point East All-Star lead.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
Now, here's Lever. Following the shot by Kevin McHale, the grace of Hakeem Olajuwon. Something special to see. And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
Yep, the Tennessee Volunteers should be here. Wilkins, the pass to Jordan. The kick out to Wilkins. A drive by Jordan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon.
Making the defense compromise right there. Once Jordan gets into the lane, defenses become a little sketchy. Actually, they get pretty nervous.
Donaldson, he's checked in for the West. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1-hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage the players and give them a platform to have fun and do what they do.
That's a good point. The West trails by 9. A 3 from McGuire. Connects from three-point range. Guire's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And here early, Clark, the East has the edge.
You look at that team on the East squad, an embarrassment of riches, Kevin, and, you know, they've got so many weapons. I think it simply comes down to execution for them.
Johnson kicks to Lever. Back to Johnson. Out left to the wing. That's tipped. Stolen by Cheeks. And they're moving it up. Here's Wilkins. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan. Jordan's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And Dominique Wilkins is the go-to scorer for the Hawks, no question about that. And he's embraced that leadership role as well. Obviously a huge part of the Hawks' success.
Malone finds Johnson. Another spoon-fed basket from Magic.
And making his All-Star debut in his 3rd year in the league. Karl Malone, one of 4 players in the NBA, averaging over 20 points and 10 rebounds a game.
Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for the West. English comes in for Aguirre. Free throw drops for Malone.
Well, I tell you what, if you wanted the template for the perfect power forward, it might be Karl Malone. I mean, he's got everything you want in a format.
Wilkins in the post. English is there. Fades away. The rebound by Johnson.
And, you know, so far, I like the effort from both teams. It's an exhibition, but each team showing great pride. They're getting after it.
Cheeks. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Abdul-Jabbar passes to English. Lever against Cheeks. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. And Clark, so much talent for each side, but they got to develop that chemistry on the fly, don't they?
Exactly, and that's what the coaches will be looking for down the stretch. Which group of players really complement one another and give you the best chance to win?
Now, here is Jordan. 18 points for him. Good ball movement here by the East. This is to McHale, and it's Kevin McHale with the finish. Clark wide open, high scoring both ways.
These tremendous all-stars are putting on a tremendous show, Kevin.
What a blast. A second chance effort, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Boy, much respect for the defense of Jordan. I mean, he gives his all on this end of the floor. I mean, fantastic. Getting his hands up to block shots.
That's simply an outstanding play, working the size mismatch right at the rim.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. And the East with some changes. Larry Bird's checked in for McHale. Ainge comes in for Jordan. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Cheeks. Now, here's Johnson. 8 points for him. Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Lever.
And Fat Lever, snubbed a year ago, now a first-time All-Star, well-deserved. He leads the league in triple-doubles, one of the original stat sheet stuffers, averaging 9 rebounds a game as well. Best by a mile for NBA guard.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge with a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you, Kevin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the oldest All-Star in history. This is his 17th game. No one else has been in more than 13. To put that into context, there were 6 players in yesterday's Legends game that were younger than Kareem. Magic Johnson says he respects Kareem more than anyone I know because of the pride this man has in whatever he does. Kevin, back to you.
He is a very proud individual. David, thank you. And Kareem's coming out here, Clark, after spending 2 days in bed with strep throat. I mean, it's remarkable.
And, Kevin, that's exactly the pride Magic was talking about, and that's why it seems like every game we do, Kareem is adding to some type of record that he's already established. Tonight, he could very well become the leading scorer in the history of the All-Star game.
Isn't that phenomenal? They call him captain for a reason. He is truly the leader of this entire NBA.
Yes, sir.
Lever, the pass to Malone. Shoots over Bird. Stolen by Bird. Got it up. And so it's the East All-Star. And we welcome you back to the second half of the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. Great performances from these players, whether it's their first time participating or their 17th.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
Malone is out there with McHale. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Bird, and it's Thomas in at the 1. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. And here's Jordan outside. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. And of the players in tonight's All-Star Game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this game before. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas.
And how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years. If he was to get 3 MVPs, That would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And the foul called on Larry Bird. That's foul number 2 for him.
Team foul.
Jordan against Johnson. Over Jordan. And the East with the lead.
Living up to that favored and top billing and giving these fans quite a show.
And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
They get the rebound. Malone misses.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
And taken away by Magic from outside the arc. And too long on the shot.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
Thomas passes to McHale. And here's Jordan outside. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Nice work, and they are getting it done at both ends.
Lever outside. Passes it to Malone. And they get it. Olajuwon trying to break free. Some solid defense there from McHale. Here's Jordan. That one falls coming off of Thomas's feet. Jordan's got 9 points now in just the second half. They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your psyche.
Here's English. The West again cannot hit.
You know, there's been talk about adding a 3rd referee to NBA games. The commissioner and the rules committee are in favor of it, and they plan to put it before the Board of Governors at the next meeting.
Thomas with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And slam dunk by McHale.
Enjoying this big lead, and right now they look unstoppable on offense.
The West trails by 20. Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. And Clark with 3 officials working games. Do you think that'll result in more fouls being called, more eyes on the ball? They can pick up a lot more, certainly with more guys out there.
Yeah, you know, I think, Kevin, it might be the case early on with the 3rd official, but over time it'll smooth itself out. Off the ball, you know, some things you could get away with in the past, maybe not so much with 3 officials out there.
Catching up on changes for the West. Worthy's checked in for Malone, and McDaniel has subbed in for English. The West All-Stars shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Well, pretty much the perfect point guard, if there is such a thing. Magic has incredible passing skills, great size, unbelievable vision, plus leadership qualities that make him CEO-like.
Jordan, the pass to Malone.
And, you know, most of these guys are accustomed to having their team's offense built around them. It's an adjustment for them now to figure out who's going to get the rock most of the time. Love the communication on this play. Worthy knows the ball is coming and gets there for the alley-oop right on time.
And here's Jordan outside. Tries again. And no good that time. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it. McDaniel, the pass to Olajuwon. And Clark, when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, here is a team making a lot of moves.
I tell you what, their trade for Joe Barry Carroll and Sleepy Floyd paying huge dividends. They're certainly on the rise in my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people like those moves. Jordan against Lever. McHale. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And you think about adjusting, Clark, how about the all-star reserves? Guys that start normally are the stars of their team, now off the bench on a team of stars.
Kevin, excellent point. For players who are used to starting the game, probably a rare experience coming in off the bench and trying to get it going. But I think these guys so enjoy being part of this, that sacrifice is not much at all. You're exactly right.
Michael Jordan on the wings. Drexler defending. And it's Malone finishing it off. And Kareem will need to get it going, Clark, to reach double digits.
I think his teammates have to do a better job of getting him touches. Just keep feeding him. He's more than capable of getting there. You know, Jordan doesn't need any help there. I mean, his athleticism is really on another level.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West All-Stars. Trailing by 17. McDaniel the pass to Johnson. Drexler kicks to Johnson. Clock at 6. The West All-Stars need to get a shot off here. Can't hit from in close. The East leading by 17. .130 left in the third quarter of the game. And it's Jordan slamming it down.
Michael Jordan, MJ. It really doesn't get much better than this.
And here is Johnson. He's got 10. Timeout call. Here by the East. They're going to talk it over.
The interior defense has been very subpar, and I bet their coach is letting them know about it.
And the East All-Stars with some changes. Patrick Ewing's checked in for Malone. Wilkins comes in for McHale. And it's Rivers in for Thomas. Abdul-Jabbar finds Johnson. And Ewing with the block.
Great at knowing when to time and go up for the rejection. Ewing, a superb defender.
Abdul-Jabbar misses. Johnson against Jordan. It's stolen by Johnson. Looking to get it going. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. And Magic Johnson, Clark, made it clear coming into this game that he wanted the challenge of defending the great Michael Jordan.
He certainly did, and the West as a team will certainly have their work cut out for him trying to slow that guy down.
That is going to be fun to watch. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Donaldson's checked in.
Really crafty play that time by Jordan. Good decision. The defense was locked in on him, so he gave it away.
Drexler passes to Worthy. And a great assist by Drexler as that one goes in. Drexler's got 3 assists in the game. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Now Jordan, he's got 31. The offensive rebound. Wilkins outside. Here's Rivers. Hits the three-point bomb. Rivers has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Drexler. Great defense that time from Ewing. And so it's the East All-Star holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with
51.
Welcome back to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. The grand finale of what's been a tremendous weekend to celebrate the NBA. The East leading by 18.
You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. How about this? 36 games above 500 combined. I think the defense has to turn that knob a bit, ramp it up some. You can't allow him to get those kinds of outside looks.
And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. Drexler is out there with Lever. Then it's Olajuwon, and there's Malone, and it's English in at the 3 spot. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
Such great timing, defensive awareness too. When you have to face a defender that can reject you like this, it certainly can change your approach.
Knocked away. Drexler passes to Malone. Oh, and here we go. Wilkins has got it. The fast break chance. And denied at the rim, but they call the foul. Whistle blows, and we'll see him shoot 2 from the line.
Michael Jordan using that strength of his to get into the defense to draw the foul on the way up.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Well, you look at that Central Division, all 6 teams on pace to make the playoffs.
And, you know, Chicago got off to that great start, Kevin. Then
Finishing with force. Whoa!
shook that building all the way up. Hey, it's inexcusable not putting a body on the king. I mean, you deserve to get cooked when you don't do that.
Drills the three-pointer. Jordan's got 39.
Three-pointers clearly the difference for them here in the second half.
Lever the pass to Drexler. Some nice passing here by the West. Here's Olajuwon. And it's good. Assisting on the play was English. 11 points for Hakeem Olajuwon. Down the stretch here, the East, Clark out in front.
Getting it done. It's been such a fun game to watch. Entertaining from both sides.
Woo, it sure has been. A shot by Jordan, no good. And so English will bring it up for the West All-Stars. Here's Drexler. Olajuwon. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Here's Jordan. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. And Lever has it in the corner. With the floater. And it goes down 2 points. And that's now 6 points for Fat Lever.
Typical unselfish play that time by Drexler, taking the opportunity to get it to the ready shooter.
Jordan's shot is off.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Drexler outside. He kicks to English. Malone looking around. It's Lever on the wing. 6 to shoot. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And Commissioner David Stern in the house tonight. Since taking over 4 years ago, he's done a remarkable job helping guide this league to new unprecedented heights.
Exactly.
And, you know, they aren't showing any signs of easing up. Their offense looks superb right now.
Lever finds Drexler. Here's Olajuwon. Shoots over Ewing. Olajuwon, no luck. One thing the league has done since Commissioner Stern has taken over, Clark, is really marketing the league around its stars. And I like that type of strategy.
I agree with you, Kevin, wholeheartedly. And what better time to highlight those great stars than tonight? Amazing talent, compelling personalities. The league is certainly on a great trajectory.
It absolutely is. Here's English. Olajuwon trying to break free. Goes back up. And the layup is good. Olajuwon's got 10 points here in the second half.
And, you know, even when you D Olajuwon up, he still overwhelms you with his size and footwork. Has an outstanding feel for the interior.
The pass to Rivers. Back to Wilkins. Pass to Ewing. The size and aggression of Patrick Ewing inside.
And with Patrick Ewing leading the way, the New York Knicks finally competitive again. The big man has quickly found a rapport with rookie point guard Mark Jackson. They are a team on the rise. Book that.
Lever taking his time here. A big group substitution here for the East. Brad Daugherty is checked in for Ewing. McHale comes in for Bird. Danny Ainge is checked in for Wilkins. And Thomas subbed in for Rivers. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Magic Johnson, we checked in for Drexler.
You know, people said Alex English was too light of frame, too skinny, not athletic enough. Well, how about this? He's playing in his 7th straight All-Star game. So much for being too skinny.
Takes the 13-footer. Thomas, no good. The West trails by 18. To the paint. And Lever gets it to go. The assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 5 assists tonight. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Thomas dishes to Doherty. Good D by Olajuwon. The West All-Stars with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run.
Boy, that was a nasty throwdown right there. This is exactly why you can't give English the position he wants.
Thomas goes in. Wow, is it tough to stay in front of Isaiah Thomas.
Beautiful reverse using his body to shield the finish. Nicely done.
And it's the West All-Stars ball. They trail by 16. English with the ball. Now Thomas defending, and the shot goes in.
Looking completely comfortable attacking from the inside. Alex English doing his thing.
Ainge against Lever. Ainge the pass to Doherty. And yes, it's good. Doherty's got his first bucket of the night.
And you know, they said Brad Doherty was too soft when he came into the league. Well, an all-star in year 2 and now regarded as a top 3 center in the league. Well, sometimes they get it wrong in their scouting reports.
Jordan passes to Doherty. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the East leads by 18.
And Doherty so fundamentally sound as a pivot man for the Cavaliers. I mean, he's got excellent footwork, tremendous touch. He's a gifted passer. He's what you want in a center.
On the wing, Jordan. English covering. Doherty, no luck. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West All-Stars. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor. Hey, you want to talk about elite scorers? Alex English immediately comes to mind. He's another level scorer, folks. I can vouch for that.
And here we go. Fast break. Lever's got it. The floater, and it's good on the way in.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Jordan, and it's a new single-game record in scoring for the All-Star game, set right in front of us by Michael Jordan.
What an incredible athlete, Kevin, and it seems whatever he sets his mind to do, he can do it. Impressive.
And the Eastern All-Stars deliver. The favorites coming in. Clark, they did not disappoint.
Yeah, you looked at that team on paper and you saw they were the stronger team and should have been favored. But you still got to go out and prove it. And they did exactly that.
And so much scoring in that lineup for the East. My goodness, look at those names. That's all.